Good morning, YouTubers. Here we are on Thursday morning of the 25th of January. As you can see from the previous shot and this shot, contractors have been in this week just mainly setting up the site. Kindly left us access into our sheds by not putting the temporary fencing over our track, because we still need the access in and out to get trains out for maintenance. So it looks like they've cordoned off the whole site with an internal fence, and we'll walk up the other end and see what they've done the other end. Now at the other end of the shed, you can see all the track in the yard has been previously taken up from the previous video, and they've put their temporary fence right round the whole shed, back, well, basically encasing the whole site. That was the old entrance. Our electrician supplied some power supply in there because the main electric's been cut off, and I believe they were due to start today on dismantling the shed, but at the moment there's just lots of people around but no machinery or anything, so still pretty early. It's only 10 o'clock, 10:15, so might do something later today, but won't be able to stay long and get that. I'll have to come back another day, perhaps Monday, and see what they've done. There you can see another couple of leads come out of the shed. That's the supplies we've given them to help them work. Obviously they go over the track, they have to be moved every time you want to get a train out, but there's two there hanging on the fence, and they're 110 volt that will run most of the electrical equipment. I do believe they're going to be having a large machine in here to lift these sections off and dismantle the shed, and there's still a couple of our machines inside the door there, which I'll try and get a picture of in a minute, which need to be removed, but they'll be doing that. Well, there is someone in there making some noise, doing something. Can't see because it's dark. Couldn't get a picture of the machines inside because again it's too dark. But like I say, there is something going on there. Sounds like some unscrewing or some banging or something. But again, I don't think it'll be very much today. So we'll come back Monday and see what the progress is. Whilst not part of the workshop project as a whole, while we're having all the work done at Woody Bay, we're taking the chance to do some other refurbishment work to our platforms. So as you can see, this is the platform at Willow Lawn, and last Sunday they took the fencing down, put up temporary fencing along the back there, in preparation for a construction company in to refurbish the platforms, and we'll walk along and I'll show you exactly what they're going to be doing when that company arrives in February. This is the current entrance gate. What's happening here is the gate's actually going to be widened. You can see the left hand post, the thick large post, and then there's a small gap between that and another post. Well, the gate's actually been widened out to that extra, I don't know, say about 10 inches on the left hand side. So the main post that the locks into is going to be moved towards the left a bit and be where that thinner post is, and that gate is going to be made, a new gate's going to be made that's larger to help improve the flow of passengers in and out. And the current gate that's here now is going to be moved to the other end of the platform where the gate was old and not as wide either. We're now inside on the platform at the gateway. You can see there in the corner some old railings have been cut off where they're going to tarmac over the top of that, and the same the other side there. And they're extending this concrete that's you can see in there, and extending it out about, like I say, about 10 inches to a foot, up to that thinner post there, all the way along over that piece of pipe up to the track there, to make the extended gate area, which people will be able to get in and out. I believe also this sleeper wall which you see here on the edge is going to be moved back, taken out, perhaps moved back. I don't exactly know what they're going to do when they come here, the contractors, but they're going to do something with that, and I certainly know they're going to do something with the edge of the platform. We're looking towards Haste Hill now. The entire length of this platform will be resurfaced with a up to 50mm thick layer of tarmac. This back edge down here where the grass is going to have some edging to raise the height so they can tarmac up to it, and then at the end we're having a fencing company come in and put all new fencing along, and that's the same company that'll be doing the gates either end. So that'll be the last thing to do after all the resurfacing is finished. As a plan from left to right along this is the platform edge now. You see the track there. They're going to put angle iron all the way along the front edge there so they can tarmac up to it, with tactile paving behind, like you'd see on a mainline platform for visually impaired people to know where the edge of the platform is, and they're going to do that all the way along up to the very end. When this platform was built in 1997, it was built in sections, as you can see here, and there's one of the large joints which was filled in with like a fibrous board to keep the joint shut, but obviously that's rotted out over the years. So as part of this work, before they put the tarmac down, they were going to put over some sort of resin bonding type fibre over the cracks, so that it will strengthen the platform and stop too much movement and then cracking the tarmac that's going to go on top. The old wooden fence was attached to concrete posts that were set in when they built the platform back in 1997, and last week we took all that down and smashed all those off, and that's the remains of the post that's in there, but that's been smashed off low enough that they'll be able to tarmac over the top of that. There's another primary example of why we're having the platform resurfaced and refurbished. That's a temporary repair we did because the top surface of the concrete was breaking up. It gets extremes of heat and cold over here, being very open at this side of the railway. It can be very hot in the summer, and it can also be very, very cold in the winter, which doesn't help for keeping the concrete to its best standards, but that'll all hopefully be sorted out. We're now at the other end of the platform. This ramp down here, I don't know if you can tell, is actually much steeper than the other end. This end was never used as a passenger exit. It was only really used as an emergency exit. The fences and gate have all been taken down. But what we've asked the contractors to do is to lessen the slope on the ramp by making it longer and less steep. So the bottom of the new ramp, if you can see in the distance there, that brick that I can just zoom in on there, that's where the bottom of the ramp is going to come to eventually when they rebuilt it. So it will mean them taking out the sleeper wall on this side and constructing a new edge in concrete, and the same for this side down to the right angle of slope, and then tarmacking right up to that fence post where there's going to be the gate from the other end is going to go. And they're actually going to dig out that bank and put a flat tarmac path out to the curb in the car park there. It will still be only used as a gate for us to get in and out and take tools and stuff, and just general use for us, but it'll still be an emergency exit for passengers only, but it'll be nicer to walk on. There's some of the old fence we took out down, laying there ready to go in the skip. Unfortunately, we filled up one skip over there, you can see, with the rest of the fencing that's full, so as soon as that one's taken away, we can put the rest of this stuff back in there. This wooden fencing, whilst it looks nice when it's new, you can see the green sort of, I want to say algae, but it's probably not, but it seems to build up over time. It's hard to keep clean, it's quite maintenance intensive, needs painting, and that was all on the back of the platform for the whole length. So when we have new fence, it'll be similar to this green stuff but in a different colour, and that's metal, and it'll be a lot easier to maintain. In fact, there'll be very little maintenance on it to do at all. Good morning, YouTubers. It's Tuesday morning, around about 10:30. Just from that first little shot from today, you saw a guy cutting down a tree, which means the tree surgeons are on site to come and cut down all the trees around the workshop, as you can probably hear in the background with their saws. So we'll go and get some footage of that in a bit, but I'm pointing at the platform because what I've decided to do is that the board of the society has agreed to upgrade the platforms. And I showed in the couple of clips before from a few days ago the work we were doing at the other platform. We've also decided to do the same at this platform. So you're looking at the Woody Bay platform from the top end, and if you can hear me over the noise, I'll run you through what's going to happen and change with this platform. Right, the first thing you're going to do is lengthen this platform. You can see where the little ramp is there. Well, it's going to come out to around about there, which is about 6 metres. Currently, because with 10 coaches on, which we have in the high summer, the whole train can be in platform, but the loco can't be. It runs off the other end, so we're going to lengthen it. The contractor who's doing the platform work at Willow Lawn over the side are coming to do the same one, platform work over here. And they're again going to do it as part of the same job in February, sort of March time. But yeah, lengthening the platform is the first thing. Facing the other way now, on the platform, you can see the little ramp and the raised paved area. We actually added that paved extension ourselves a few years ago to make the platform from a sort of 6-7 car platform to 8 and 9 car platform. We had intended to come forward, as in towards me where I'm standing, and continue this paving and redo the whole top surface on top of this concrete here all the way along, but we haven't got round to it, and so the contractor's going to come in and rip up all those stones. The base material is good, put tarmac down, new edging stones, and they're going to go right away along the whole platform length up and around here, cover up all the cracks, put some membrane down to strengthen the platform like they're going to do the other side, and redo the edging and raise the platform height by a couple of 100 mil or so, giving us a nice tarmac platform and edging area. And further up I'll show you some of the reasons why we're going to be doing this. As part of the work, this entrance gate here, which is the top entrance gate, it's a bit narrow, so that's going to be widened, and all the fencing, well, right from the back of the platform up there, all this wooden fencing is going, like I say, platform gate will be widened, and all this wooden fencing and the chain link at the back will all be going and renewed down to roughly where the ticket office is just there. So we'll have all new fencing and new gable walling as well behind for the fence to sit on. So as you can see there, nice big crack. That section exactly there was what we replaced because it was breaking up. And there's, as I walk along, you can see there's various cracks and a little bit of movement and things like that. And as we probably progress further down the platform, excuse me, you can see areas that are worse, breaking up, you know, weeds starting to go through. Another big crack there, look. And this is all going to be renewed and covered over with tarmac. We did think about digging up the southern part of the platform, but the contractors advised to keep the actual base there because it's actually quite solid, although it's moved with ground movement, and their membrane that they can put down with resin can hold it all together, so that's what they're going to do. At the way out gate here, there'll be some modifications. We'll have a brand new gate. This one's quite wide, so I don't know if it's going to be any bigger, but certainly new posts. Probably remove that piece of wooden fencing towards the left hand side. The gate currently opens outwards. We'll probably change it to open inwards, depending on how we can get on with the ramp. This wooden fence will all go and be replaced with nice metal stuff in the blue RLR colours. And then we turn to the major part, which is the water tower, which I'll move back and you can see the whole height of it there. It's currently for our steam engine, and it's needed, but it's right in the middle of the platform, so you can't actually get a wheelchair off at the coach that sits right next to it in the platform when it comes in. So that'll be moved back to the back of the platform. We'll build an extra piece of concrete out there, move it back, and it also means that the outlets, you can just see where the hoses attach, won't be anybody's way, and they can't bang their heads onto them. It'd be a lot safer for people walking past it, and then the whole width of that platform will be available for people to walk on. I'll speak a bit louder here just to get over all the noise because they're working behind the shed. Progress on the shed so far, it's still intact, but if you can see all the bolt holes there, you can see the odd bolt still in it holding it all together. But they spent the last week or so going right down the whole length of the shed to take all the bolts out apart from the odd few to hold it up, so that when they get the machine in, which I believe is tomorrow and Friday, sorry, tomorrow is Wednesday, on Friday they bring the machine in, they'll start using that to take all the top panels off and start actually demolishing the shed. And I'll be coming down hopefully Friday to get some footage of that. Also, I've just noticed they've taken this corner of gable walling out. You can see the hole in there where they've taken it out. This is to make the wide area for turning vehicles around when we have machines and stuff in, which is between the pump there for the splash pad and the wall that's just behind this fence. It's quite tight, and you can't really get anything bigger than a skip lorry, so I think they're just taking it out and they'll replace that at the end of the project. Right, so we're at the front of the old workshop now. They just literally started clearing trees, and they're going to be, see a guy there getting ready to cut down this tree. He's got a ladder leaning against, and they're going to be doing all the trees from behind the workshop. Hopefully, I think they're going to get it done today or today and tomorrow, I've been told. So hopefully when we come back Friday, there'll be all no trees left. So I'll just get a few shots of various bits of tree cutting and stuff like that.